Hello, amazing people. Today I wanted to keep talking to you guys about the Earth families, the magical group of kins based upon which we change signs every year in the Mayan calendar. If you haven't watched my last video called The Earth Families, pause this one and go watch that one first so it all makes a little bit more sense. Basically, our signs change progressively every year, going from red, white, blue, to yellow, and from the first tone, magnetic, until the last one, cosmic, then going back to magnetic again. Obviously, not everybody is born magnetic, so that means that the count starts wherever your tone is, whether it's 2 lunar or 5 overtone or 11 spectral, just to give a few examples. But in this whole progression of energy, whenever the magnetic tone starts, just like in the case of wave spells, the next 13 years are going to be anchored down in that energy. If you haven't watched the video, The Structure of Wave Spells, you can watch that one so you understand what wave spells are actually all about. So, to give an example of all of this, let's say you are born yellow solar sun, solar being tone number 9. At 5 years old, our yellow solar sun is going to be the red magnetic serpent, meaning that the next 13 years are going to be anchored down in that energy, and it's going to be all about connecting with the archetype of the red serpent, a powerful process of initiation, purification, and connection with the physical body. But during those 13 years, our yellow solar sun is still going to change signs until at 18 years old, he will reach the magnetic tone again, but this time he will be a white magnetic dog, meaning that the next 13 years are going to be all about connecting with the archetype of the white dog, the power of unconditional love, and his emotional body. The calendar kind of works a lot like this, having this principle, the energy being grounded down for a specific number of days, even if it progresses daily. Just like in the case of wave spells, or the energy of each year, or the energy of each baktun, which is a bit bigger unit of measure in the Mayan calendar, equivalent to 144,000 days, or like in the case of our Earth family. Another super cool thing I would like to add about the Earth families is that the challenge of each kin is always going to be part of its family. And for me, this is amazing because it's like a very beautiful and poetic way of saying that in this dance of changing signs every year, we end up connecting with our challenge with the purpose of overcoming it. Because although the challenge is the energy which puts us in most difficulty, it's also the energy which helps us grow the most. And you can watch the video called The Structure of Our Kin to understand a little bit more about that. So for instance, for going back to our example, for our yellow solar sun, his challenge is going to be the white dog, and they are both part of the polar family, the crown chakra family. At 26 years old, our yellow solar sun is going to be his perfect challenge, meaning that he's going to be a white solar dog, having the same tone as his tone of birth. 26 is of course a fractal of the 260 days of the Tzolkin, a fractal of the 26,000 years that it takes for our solar system to rotate around the cosmic central sun in the middle of the Milky Way, the Hunapku. 26 is said to be a very challenging year, but despite all of that, it's a year which helps us connect more deeply with this challenging energy into our life so that we can integrate it into our being. And at 52 years old, which is 26 times 2 or 13 times 4, going through 13 full rotations throughout the 4 kins of our family, we go back to the same point from where we started, back to our original kin of birth. 52 is also a very important number in the Mayan calendar. We have 52 gap days. There are 5,200 tunes in the long count cycle, a tune having 360 days. And for more information about the long count cycle, you can watch the video 2012, the ending of the 13 baktun of the yellow sun. The magic of the Tzolkin is all about helping us understand the unfolding of our life and all of its teachings. And for me personally, ever since I started really following the the change of my signs for the last 3 birthdays, I've really started to notice how everything changes from year to year. How each year I enter in a completely different mindset with different needs, different wants, and different desires. How in the blue year I experienced my most profound transformation of my entire life. How the yellow year was a lot about bringing to the surface the inner wisdom and gifts I carry, and it was a lot about taking time for myself and doing what is right for me. And now, the red year I'm currently in is like a new stage of initiation, and personally, after being so much about myself, I feel a lot to give back to my community and the people around me. So take the time to look into the blueprint of your life through the Tzolkin. If it's easier for you, you can use a website that I'm going to leave in the link, and you have a converter there that you can use. So let's say that your birthday is the 1st of February 1990. To track the progression of energy each year, all you need to do is to keep the 1st of February and then keep changing the years. So it's 1991, 1992, 1993, and so on and so forth. So many things can be learned and understood by doing this process. So, if there are any questions about the Earth families or about the 13 moon calendar in general, or for decoding your galactic signature and understanding a little bit more about yourself, you can feel free to contact me either on my Facebook page or on my email. Until the next time, I wish you to have a most synchronized day in Lak'Ech.